Hi everybody, welcome to my channel and welcome to all of you returning listeners. It's 11:11 p.m. on June 14th. I'm coming to you today to check in to see how everybody's doing in this eclipse energy that we are in right now. We experienced the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius and then the solar eclipse new moon energy. We are currently in that, although the exact day of that was on the 10th. And so with it, we have a lot of retrograde energy. Mercury, the ruling planet of Gemini, is retrograde. So I feel like a lot of us could be rethinking things of the past. And I do know that I increasingly felt a lot of intellect personally for me, a lot of busyness in my thinking, my what they call, I do believe, left brain thinking. And so I have shared with you guys always that I've always had a little bit of an issue with my nervous system. But where I'm really wanting to go with that today is being the observer of it, trying to kind of integrate all of the changes that we're all experiencing collectively on the earth plane. And chances are, if you're on my channel, you're probably more of an older soul or a sensitive soul. So I've been really kind of dousing myself into earth, into nature, and connecting with earth every day. It's helping me with clarity. And although I don't always feel grounded, I know it's still so very beneficial. So I hope that everybody's enjoying the sunshine. And speaking of that, the light that we're integrating and shifting and embodying is just ramping up. The sun will move into the sign of Cancer on the 20th. And so in the northern hemisphere, that is the peak of summer, that is more sunshine. And so I feel that we're going to experience more of that solar flares, integrating some more of the neutrinos from the sun. And even whether you're in the southern hemisphere or the northern hemisphere, it's always kind of a balance of the both. And so I feel like getting a nice healthy dose of nature and also sunshine, not when it's too intense, but getting a little bit of sunshine and vitamin D3 is beneficial for all of us right now. I feel personally that it is not only shifting the planet Earth, but the human's nervous system. And I've noticed just, I think it was about the night before the solar eclipse in Gemini on the 10th and the day of, I felt this extreme busyness in my intellect, even though I knew we were moving into it. And that's the benefit of knowing a little bit of astrology. I'm not an astrologer, just for a disclaimer here, but how I've utilized astrology in my life to the benefit of myself and also for sharing it is to kind of work with the energies when we know and we're aware of what's going on, what we're integrating, what we're needing to let go of, which is those belief systems, right? I think a lot of us are, even the things that we know, we're still going to have a little bit of a shock factor. Today is June 14th, and we are in the second square, exact square with the Saturn Uranus, which is the Saturn is the structures, the old ways, and it's in this tension of Uranus and Taurus of, no, we got to have new ways. We have to be in integrity with our values, with it being in Taurus. We have to rethink what our values are. And so the Saturn energy in Aquarius is again exact square again today on the 14th with that Uranus and Taurus. And so I think that it's causing a lot of people right now could be feeling a little bit of an undercurrent of tension, but not aware of what maybe the tension may be. And the one thing that astrologers share is that when it comes to Saturn Uranus, the Uranus is really going to be the winner type of energy, because it's innovative, it's new. And how I think we can integrate that Saturn energy is the life lessons. You know, when we know better, we do better. And so I'm thankful to be aware of that, because I did wake up this morning in this little bit of a fog energy. And the reason why, as I looked and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense, is Jupiter is now retrograde in the sign of Pisces. And on the 25th, Neptune will go retrograde. And so I know I'm speaking a little bit of what's to come, but this is for preparedness, for awareness. And we still have Mercury direct until the 22nd of this month, and I feel that'll be a good thing. I know, as we know, Mercury retrograde is a redo, revisit about communication, and with all this Gemini energy and Mercury being a ruling planet of Gemini and Virgo, I feel like, personally for me, I've had a lot of technological issues with not only my phone. As many of you may know, I'm on other platforms which are linked on the channel banner, and I've been having trouble uploading to BitChute and Rumble. So I try to upload my videos not only here on YouTube, but for alternatives on Rumble and BitChute, and I'm just having issues doing that. I know my cousin spoke to me, he was having issues with his phone, so just expecting the delays and not getting too frustrated. Technology seems to frustrate me completely. So, but I also know that we are in still the energy of that Mercury retrograde, where communications can be paused and communications can be slowed down, and we can experience some misunderstandings. So on the 11th of June, which would have been last Friday, Mars entered the sign of Leo. So that forward initial spark of energy could give us a little bit of courage, could give us a little bit of energy, feeling much better and more maybe action oriented now that it's out of the emotional sign of Cancer. On the 20th of June, again, like I said, the sun will enter Cancer, and that's huge for us in the United States specifically, because we were founded in Cancer season. So I'm curious to see, with all this retrograde energy, again, Neptune, Jupiter, Mercury will be just coming out of retrograde, and Saturn retrograde in Aquarius. I feel like the information, I feel like a lot of us are reflecting and going, you know what, we feel like there's something brewing, we feel like there's stuff going on. And any of us that are on this awakened journey know that behind the scenes, those structures of the government top-down authority, with Pluto still in Capricorn, that we're going to continue to see this dismantling of the old ways, of that hierarchy, top-down authority crumbling. And an awesome reminder to not only myself, but to others, is to not cling to the old ways, not to cling to, you know, the old belief systems, the government, big pharma, any of those big corporations that are crumbling. And that it's like that tower moment. It's the tower in Tarot of the structures that need to crumble in order for us to go forward into the Aquarian age and be innovative, the Uranus energy, and to never hold ourselves back from stepping out away from the pack to follow our destiny, to follow our dreams. And so I think that's what turned me on to astrology as well, not only from bringing things in from my past, is just this understanding that, you know, as to in heaven, so too on earth, and, you know, as within us and also without. We're influenced by everything. And so again, the solar flare energy you know, I feel like we'll have an increase of more of that solar energy once we move into Cancer season. Again, regardless of whether you're in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere, I feel like the more and more we integrate, the more and more this awakening is taking place, the more information that has been deceptive, hidden, right? Pluto and Capricorn will come out and come into the light. And so it's a great reminder of that. Again, on the 24th, we have a full moon in Capricorn. Capricorn is about those structures, and it's a culmination. That full moon energy is about bringing to the light a culmination, like it's gonna burst. So don't be surprised when we see more information like the Fauci information coming into our awareness through communication, and also, you know, anything that's dark and hidden in the government. Again, like I said, government, big pharma, corporations, religions, with that Pluto energy in Capricorn. The Saturn square Uranus, you know, the old ways, the new ways, this tension in between. How are we going to go forward as a collective? It's all up to us. And so, personally, for me, it's not been that easy to keep myself in check. I've been really dealing, again, with a lot of nervous system issues. Frankly, I get tired of it, even with my awareness of how I've had that issue for a long time, and I'm wanting to break free from that. We also have, this full moon on the 24th in Capricorn, which I'll do the Sabian symbol for that in another video, but it's called the Sun Strong Moon. And I just thought that was interesting when I looked on my astrology calendar. I'm like, really? Strong Sun Moon. So I believe it's because the sun is in Cancer, the strongest and the most powerful time of the year, because in the northern hemisphere it is about this full-on solar rays reflecting on that big moon. So I think big with this energy coming up, and think revelations, think of breakthroughs, think of things being revealed, as we are seeing a lot of that, you know, inner reflective reflection energy with the retrograde, and then coming into this full moon Capricorn culmination. And again, I will do a separate video with the Sabian symbol for that. They're always amazing, so look for that in the near future. We're going to clear our energy, and my intention always on my channel and on my videos is to empower, to share what I feel, because it a lot of times resonates with others. And so I just want to thank every one of you for sticking by me, and thanking any of you that are new today. My passion is that on my channel, that reaching out my hand to others to let you know that you're not alone, and that the Schumann resonance keeps spiking to such high numbers and high frequencies that we've never seen in our lifetime, and that it can feel very intense. It can come through as headaches, nervous system issues, hot flushes through your body, trouble sleeping. But it seems like every time we do experience a Schumann spike, and we make it through the intensity of it, that we just keep rising in our vibration, rising in our consciousness. And the eagle energy was coming up a lot. And since we are still in this eclipse energy, if I'm not mistaken, this eclipse energy is for the next 6 months. Don't quote me on that. So again, Gemini is about thinking and communication. Gemini on the lower balance can be a little bit of here, a little bit of there, just very scattered. But on the higher aspect of that, it can be clear communication, speaking with clarity. Oh, I wanted to bring this up as well because of that Neptune energy, Jupiter retrograde. And as of today, Neptune's not retrograde yet, but it will be going retrograde. I think with the integration of the light and stuff, a lot of us can go in and out of this foggy feeling. Just be gentle with yourself. I know I have Neptune on my ascendant, and that can create a feelings of fatigue. And so again, I'm always a huge advocate to listen to your body, to word to myself, even to not put pressure on myself, to do what I can physically, and to ultimately to listen to your body every day, because we are integrating a lot of light. We're going through intense transformation, and it can be very exhausting and taxing on our physical bodies. So make sure you're really giving yourself plenty of clean water. Grounding is always wonderful. Again, I've been outside. I have a farm with many animals, and so in the state that I'm in, we go through the full 4 seasons, including long winters. And so getting outside every day and grounding and getting in touch with nature and feeling like, if you're having that cloudy thinking, to just try to settle down into your heart and allow yourself to just be guided by that innate that's within you, to rest when you need to rest, or do whatever it is your body's needing you to do. So we're just going to clear our energy and do a few card messages. Call upon the divine. Call upon the Creator, the Great Spirit, to be with us, to be present with us, to surround us and fill us up with your agape love, your presence, your comfort. We are just asking to tap into a little bit of the energy that I shared today, for awareness, for clarity, for understanding, for understanding, and we give thanks in advance. We just ask for open hearts to take what resonates, and to have a knowledge that the time is kind of somewhat of an illusion, but as we're living here in this human experience, that if the messages do not make sense right at the moment, that they may make sense, or they will make sense. We trust that you give us that agape love, your presence, and so it is. I'm hearing the words, be guided. So be guided by your spirit right now, because we are in such changing times, and the energy shifts seem to be very, one moment you're just balanced and have clarity, the next minute you could go into confusion. And so be gentle. And so the words be guided, I'm going to write that down and keep this for today. Be guided. Be guided by your innate, by that part of you that is eternal, that is connected always to the Supreme Creator, right? And we're just going to do a first anchor card here with the Kryon Oracle. And I was guided to this one because of the neutrinos, because of the light, because of the frequencies shifting very erratically over the past, I don't remember how long it's been since I'm like, wow. I started feeling the energies when we would have a Schumann spike, and then I would go and I would check after I heard about the Schumann, and sure enough, you know, we experience a lot of these whiteouts and a lot of these frequencies that jump. What is the normal? It's like really low, 7.32 hertz, something. Don't quote me on that. You can look it up, of what the vibration and frequency of the earth plane normally is, and it's been spiking way into like the 90s and stuff. So that's where I realized as a double earth sign, like, whoa, I'm feeling when we shift and we experience these blasts of solar activity that we're integrating, that's upgrading us. And so it's kind of nice to know, because then you're not like thinking that you're losing your shit, basically. So what is the message for the energy share as I am coming to all these beautiful souls currently on the 14th of June? But again, tapping into the energy of the things that I've shared prior. What is it that is best for us to know right now? Most needed to know. As above, so below. I'm hot in my house right now, so if you see me like I turned the air off to come on and record. Your DNA, a multi-dimensional molecule, has within it everything that the universe knows. It carries your Akashic record, all of your lifetimes, all of your spiritual purpose, your spiritual being, and karma. Everything is in your DNA. When I first channeled this message from Kryon, it blew me away. Is it possible that our DNA is actually our spiritual core as well? We tend to be so linear in all things we experience as humans. We separate chemistry and biology from spiritual things. And some even teach that our bodies are actually a burden to our spirit, creating dark energy all the time that keeps us from enlightenment. Imagine turning this around. Our bodies are filled with God. The DNA molecule is the blueprint of all of our cells, an elegant design filled with the love of God. What a concept. It also means that we have a full control over our own bodies, since the spiritual component is right there alongside the biological blueprint. Healing can be done from within. This actually leads us to understand one of the core spiritual teachings given to us from the beginnings. As above, so below. What is outside of us is also inside of us. To me, this means that within me is the beauty, the knowledge, and the elegance of God. And this is so perfect for right now, because as we are experiencing and integrating more light, more and more of us are tapping into this and understanding that we are spiritual beings, that we've been deceived on the earth plane through religions, through governments, through big pharma, that we need all of these things outside of us, and it was always about control and domination. And many of us are waking up to this. So what happens when we have this understanding and this awareness that God is inside of us and it's in our DNA, and we have in our DNA the Akash, which is, for me, past life memories that have came up, and tapping into that to, you know, just think about it, about the Saturn. Our old ways of doing things, even in past lives, we have the opportunity now. And I believe it started with the Great Conjunction last year, December 2020. And it was an initiation of, okay, every past life we've brought in karma. But now we have the opportunity to end it, to be done with it, and to plant a new seed in the Aquarian call with taking forth only the wisdom and not the, you know, the low vibrational karma where we integrate into these same life cycles with the same soul groups. And I believe that too, the energy in the North Node in Gemini, where it's wanting us to get with our tribes and community, grassroots up, like redoing the whole foundation of our belief systems, again with South Node in Sagittarius, of having an understanding that, wow, we were fooled by these top-down authorities, religion, who was trying to teach us that God was outside of us and that we weren't worthy of tapping into the energy of that we had to go through other people to tap in, to be worthy to be in the presence of God. It's so untrue. The government structures of all of the talk of they were here for the people, when they've forgotten, no, they haven't forgotten, they've deceived all of us and have never had the best interest of any of us. So remembering that as we integrate this light, as above, so below, and I believe that is why we are experiencing the huge Schumann spikes, is so we can level ourselves up. And because it's something that we've never experienced in lifetime after lifetime like we are now, it can be difficult and it can be hard and it can be sometimes very, you know, like, oh my gosh, I'm losing my shit, because we're integrating so much more light to just trust the process and trust. And like this says, talking to your body, talking to your innate, and that we do have full control over our bodies, since we do have the spiritual component right within us. And I think that's why shadow work is so important, to not run from the things that may be difficult within us, and instead facing them, because as we do that, we have the opportunity, just feels like we just keep leveling ourselves up. So beautiful message, as above, so below. That is the message for this. Let's see what else we're going to try. I'm going to go with Sacred Rebel next. As above, so below. We are stardust. I believe it was the Christ that said, you know, we were created in his, her image. We have everything within us, and we will have more. And I believe that more right now is this integration of the new light frequencies that are coming in and changing and shifting our DNA, our bodies. That's why many of you may be feeling fatigued. That's just, be gentle on yourself. We are definitely going through some huge transformation. I believe it's going to be, in the bigger picture, more beautiful than ever. It may take a while for us to all get to there and to feel that, but then it's a process. Sacred Rebel. So I chose this deck next because of the Aquarian call, and that a Uranus squaring up to Saturn, you know, old ways, new ways, in this tension, in this friction, in this roadblock. And my advice to myself and others is, take forward with you the wisdom, the knowledge of not only past lives, but of this life, of the things that you've learned and grown from, and be innovative. And don't be scared anymore. Don't hide in the shadows because you're different. Don't step back because you don't want to, that you just feel like you need to fit in. This is not the energy of fitting in. This is not the energy that we want to fit into that same old of being controlled and dominated by all the differences that we uniquely, we're all unique. Do we have a common fundamental? Yes. But the powers that be, the powers that are falling, the powers that think they are, that's what I always say. Like the religions and the governments and stuff are falling. So don't associate and be fixed on those things, because you have the power within you, as above, so below. And you were built for this. You have everything within you that you need. So don't look for outside authority. I always say this, that's what it never resonated with me with people who call themselves Christians, is they think that Jesus is coming back physically to save us all, because they never hold themselves accountable in their actions. When we were created in his image, her image, we have everything within us that he did. That's what the hell he was here for, right? If you believe in the Christ as I do. I believe in the Christ, but just not in the manner of how most religions have used his beautiful reasoning of being here for still more hypocrisy, right? He was calling that shit out even when he was here about the hypocrisy in the synagogues and about being authentic, right? And that's that Aquarian call. It's time to be that sacred rebel and step forward in your uniqueness. Inner trust. Wow. Wow. So, right now the message is to listen to your body, to trust your innate, to listen to it. Like I said, if you're exhausted, we're just changing and integrating so much. So, that tension also with Saturn Uranus, that friction constantly of going, how is the world going to go? What's the collective going to do? Are humanity going to grow the fuck up and stop fighting over the playground when there's everything here, that we're abundant, that we are all sparks of Creator? And to trust that right now. Trust your inner trust more than ever. Trust your inner divine. Trust your inner compass, your intuition, and then live by it. Isn't that phenomenal? She's beautiful. I'm going to read from that one too. Card number 2. So that is the message today to go along with this. Again, always timeless. Though it may be cloaked and hidden, within you lies natural magnificence, vibrancy, and true uniqueness. The harder this is for you to believe, the more growth this oracle is offering you now. Your opportunity for growth lies in letting go of the need to hide yourself from the world and to let go of any doubt about the wonder of what lies within you. This oracle brings you the message that it is time for you to trust yourself and let the real inner you out from behind the veil. You are being assured that you can trust your intuition and your own sense of things. Sometimes what you sense will be love, and you will open your heart and move easily towards the source out of love. Be it in the form of another person, a new career path, a project with you care deeply about and want to pursue, or a spiritual or creative practice that you are keen to explore. Sometimes what you sense will be more challenging than this and will ask something different of you. It might be that you sense fear and sabotage lurking within someone's intentions or in the situations around you. Boy, oh boy. If you have the eyes to see, you see the deception, guys, right now, and all the lies and the betrayal. It's not new, it's being revealed. Excuse me. So trust your intuition over your body, your sovereignty. Because if not, people will infringe things upon you. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Okay, so sometimes what you sense will be more challenging. It might be that you sense fear and sabotage lurking within someone's intentions or situations around you. This oracle asks you to trust yourself to find the most authentic and self-loving way to deal with that. Perhaps you have drawn this card because you are unnecessarily holding yourself back out of fear or lack of belief and ability to support and care for yourself, or in the importance of your need for self-expression in relationships. The Oracle of Inner Trust comes to you with the guidance. You know what you are doing. You have enough wisdom and intuition to be able to place yourself more fully in the world, to take the steps to unhide hide yourself, even if you feel you have no clue what is happening at a broader level in your life. Even if you can't quite see the whole picture of what is taking place within or around you, you still will have more wisdom and intuitive ability. You need to take one step at a time, navigate your way through absolutely anything that life brings to your door. It is now time to take a leap of faith. And if this is not perfect for the times that we are in, it is time for you to be your own master. You are created in his, her image. You have everything within you and more. It was told, and more. And so it is so important to have that realization that as we are changing and integrating and the old ways are breaking down and will fall eventually, to not cling on to those things outside of you that tell you this is what you need for freedom. This is what you need for health over your body. It is not the time to cling to those. You have to be still. You have to trust your own intuition, because those ones that think they are powerful do not have the best interest of you, and it's time to tap into your own inner trust. You can do that by being still and really clearing out the lower mind and listening to your heart and your mind, your higher mind. Trust it. Trust it more than ever, because I believe we're in a spiritual war on the earth plane. I believe in the higher realms it's already been won, personally, for me. But there are people here that want to keep us in that old energy, that want to keep us in that lack mentality, that want to keep us thinking we need to go to somebody outside of us for authority, for God, for our innate, when the whole while it's been right here. We've been hijacked. So I was going to do another one, but I'm just going to do a quick I am affirmation to go along with this. I think that's well enough. Powerful message. Again, I will be doing a full moon Sabian symbol that is coming up on the 24th for Capricorn energy, which is about those culminations coming in, getting the highlight shined on the Capricorn energy, right? I am wanted. That's a receptive energy to me. So stay open. Stay in that vast creation of the feminine energy. Trust yourself. Trust your intuition more than ever. And as above, so below. Utilizing the sharing of the astrology today for an awareness within you that as in heaven, so too on earth. And how we get there is by trusting our own intuition, to feeling like you're worthy of being here right now. Actually, you're a courageous warrior for being on the earth plane right now. And this receptive energy with I am wanted is being open to sweet surrender of trusting the process, trusting yourself, and making the best decisions for yourself, not allowing them to be made by the outside people in authority positions that are crumbling and falling. I send this to you guys with so much. Thanks so much for being here. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling since this eclipse energy is now underway. Trusting and listening to your own body. Like I said, again, a lot of feelings of exhaustion and confusion with the Saturn Uranus and then the Neptune and all the retrograde energy. So be gentle with yourself. Always listen to your body. Take good care, and I'll see you soon. Shalom.